Well, the memorial service of SABC News video journalist Thabo Katsande will take place at Rose Hall at Mangaung Metro Municipality in Bloemfontein. The 48-year-old Katsande died last Friday afternoon from heart complications at a Pretoria hospital. Our reporter Aphumelele Mdlalane is on that story and we cross to her for more. A very good morning to you, Aphumelele. Thank you so much for joining us. What can you tell us at this point? What's happening?
All I can indicate is that it's a sad day for the SABC in Bloemfontein. We have gathered here at the Rose Hall here in Bloemfontein just to, of course, there's many people who have just arrived and also the family to the memorial service here in Bloemfontein of Thabo Katsande. We know that he was sick for quite a long time. However, now he, of course, couldn't make it at a Pretoria hospital on Friday. We are here, I must indicate it's a sad day, and I just want to talk to one of the colleagues, at the moments you've shared with Thabo Katsande. We've been colleagues from 2015. How we do remember Thabo?
Yes, indeed, it is a sad day. I remember Thabo as a jolly person, always happy, like the name says. Thabo was somebody who would do things his own way. If he wanted to do something, he would do it straight up. Thabo wouldn't bear grudges to anybody. He would speak his mind, and he did not hesitate to speak what he thinks is right and what he thinks is wrong. And that's how I will keep the memory of Thabo. Every now and then when we met in office, we talk about God. He loved God. He cherished God. That is why even the name that you can see at the back says Muruti, because he aspired, he wanted to be Muruti, and he helped so many people. And what he did, he never even bragged or boast about it and say, I did this for children or for what. He kept it to himself, and that's how I would like to remember Thabo for as long as I live. And may his soul rest in peace.
A colleague, a friend, of course, giving us his memories he would love to cherish for Thabo Katsande. It is difficult, as I did indicate. He was a strong character. I worked with him for a long time, to the extent that in 2020 we did receive an accolade for regional awards. He was a humble soul. We have lost a character. Mr. Mutlu, you know Thabo for quite a long time from Kwakwa. I'd love to invite you now to take us through to how do you describe Thabo, knowing that he was a good person and a man behind the lens when we're supposed to interview you when we are doing our stories.
It is indeed a sad moment and a big loss to the industry. I knew Thabo from our times growing up in Kwakwa. We were schoolmates, we were classmates. He's always been one who had jovial mood, and progressing to his career as a journalist. What a person, what a human being. He had such deep sense of social justice. He was a human rights activist. I would remember him for being on the ground and really listening to clients' plight about services in general. But of importance is when you would also listen to a client who would complain about his or her plight. I remember a matter where a client was evicted, and Thabo felt so strong about that matter to an extent that he referred the client to me for my intervention. That's the deep sense of justice that he showed. He was a wonderful person, a wonderful human being, and he has definitely, left an indelible mark in the lives of many of those that he has helped. He went out of his way to ensure that people, get justice. He would actually say to me, the only thing that they have, the poor people have, is oxygen that they breathe. They have nothing, and their only hope is to have justice being served to them. He was just a journalist of the highest, he would execute his duties with the highest prestige. He was meticulous in his approach to journalism, and we will surely miss him, and may his beautiful soul rest in eternal peace.
Mr. Machini Motlong, just taking us through the memory lane. He knows Thabo back then from Kwakwa, as we are also expecting his funeral service tomorrow in Kwakwa. He just mentioned that Thabo loved his job. He was also going even beyond the scope of duty when he was behind the lens of the camera. We have lost one of a kind as colleagues, as Bloemfontein people, Free State people. All people now have gathered here, the family, friends, to, of course, hear messages of condolences to the family, and also sharing the moments that will be engraved in our hearts for Thabo Katsande. I remember Simpiwe, he once mentioned that now he will drop the mic as an SABC video journalist and will start now. He has a calling. He said to me he has a calling and would love now to pursue that route. I was expecting him to already now pursue his route of being a pastor. Hence, he was fondly known as Moruti Thabo Katsande. Now we've gathered here at this building to bid a farewell to our very own Simpiwe.
All right, Aphumelele, this certainly is a very difficult moment, not just for the family, but for colleagues and just about anybody who was impacted by the work of Thabo Katsande, well, both in his line of work and personally. Thank you so much for giving us and for sharing your fond recollections of Thabo Katsande. That was Aphumelele there. Aphumelele Mdlalane speaking to us live from the Rose Hall in Bloemfontein, wherein the funeral service, or rather the memorial service of the late SABC video journalist Thabo Katsande will start any minute from now. Well, Thabo Katsande passed away last Friday.